Hello, 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 hello. I'm just sitting here at work, holiday week. Of course, the office is a ghost town. It's just me and like two other. And I have only a few things. Hey, what's up, Jennifer? I have only a few things that I'm going to do. And then I'm going to get out of here and take my mom, get her nails done. And then I'm going to go home and start cooking for Thanksgiving. Yep, from today until probably late Wednesday night or early Thursday morning. Nice weekend coming up. Yep, nice 4-day weekend coming up. I'm looking forward to it too. I'm actually looking forward to cooking. I got to stop and get me some pellets from my smoker because I'm going to smoke some. I'm gonna smoke a turkey. I'm smoking pork shoulders for some barbecue, and I'm going to smoke some chicken because a friend of mine doesn't eat pork barbecue. She only eats chicken barbecue. So I'm going to smoke some chicken breasts and make her. I'm gonna do chicken breasts and chicken thighs because the thighs stay juicy. But I like the meat of the chicken breast. So I'm gonna smoke some chicken breasts and chicken thighs and make her some barbecue chicken. So I'm looking forward to going home and cooking. Got everything laid out. How's your day going, Jennifer? Are you said 4-day weekend, so you must be working today and tomorrow. I was gonna ask where you're off. How are you doing? How's your day going? How's everybody's day going? We don't have a topic to talk about. I just want to jump on for a few minutes while I'm sitting here finishing up these reports, getting ready for year end. Won't be off until Thursday. Oh, okay, cool. See you off Thursday and Friday. Do anyone go Black Friday shopping anymore? I haven't actually left the house to go Black Friday shopping in a long time. Does anyone do that? Or everyone just sit online and do it now? I don't even have anything I need to go out and buy. I do want to be proactive this year for Christmas because normally every year I'm out Christmas Eve buying Christmas gifts. I've already started. I bought 2 gifts for my daughters already, which is a huge step for me because I'm always last minute trying to buy Christmas gifts. Let me push this back some. Yeah, but did anyone go out Black Friday shopping? Friday now, what we do is the Friday after Thanksgiving, we start decorating the house for Christmas, which is another favorite thing I like to do. I like to display my Santa Claus collection. What's up, Isabel? Isabel Riviera. How you doing? Doing breakfast. You doing breakfast now? Or you cooking breakfast on Thanksgiving? It's almost lunchtime now. Well, it depends on where you are. I'm in Virginia. It's 11:02 here. So it's almost time for lunch. Oh, okay. Eating breakfast now. Cool. I got to work this morning and I was a little hungry. Got here right like 7:20, and I went downstairs and got a bacon, egg, and cheese wrap for breakfast, which is my usual breakfast item. But now I'm just wasting time because I have to be here till 1. I have an apprentice who works 3 days a week, and he's here until 1, and I don't want him in the building by himself. We have a program here where we partner with one of the universities to hire individuals that have special needs. Bacon, egg, and cheese wrap. Yep. Is that the devil? What's wrong with my bacon, egg, and cheese wrap? Um, we hire individuals who have special needs, and so this young man has been with us for 3 years now, and he's doing an amazing job. And so I'll have to stay here until. Hello, Heather Hughes. Um, I thought you like bacon, egg, and cheese wraps or something. Do not know how that's pronounced. Live, live lie. Livai, live lie. Uh, yeah. So I stay here with him, so he's not in the building by himself. So he leaves at 1, and at 1:05, I believe him. Live la, live la. Okay. Where are you from? That's a very unique name, but that's just your nickname. It sounds exotic. Where you from? That's just a nickname. But yeah. Anyway, Thanksgiving is here. No. I told you I was gonna mess with Live Leah. Live Leah. Okay. Like Leah. Leah. Okay. I probably still got it wrong. It's my nickname. All right, cool. Are you cooking anything for Thanksgiving? My mom used to cook sweet potato pies, y'all. I got it. All right, cool. Thank you, Liv Leah. And since she can't do that now, I'm gonna try to make sweet potato pie this year. I'm gonna try my hand at it. I'm gonna try. I'm not making any promises. It's gonna be a test pie. Luckily, we have other desserts, but I thought about the fact that my mom used to make sweet potato pies and coconut pies. I don't think I'd be good at coconut. I might do okay at the sweet potato because I made a sweet potato pudding about a month ago now for her, and that was good. So I'm assuming that if I do it the way I did the pudding, just change the consistency of it and bake it, I should be good. But I'm gonna try. Never know if you can do it unless you try. Anyway, like I said, I'm on here burning up time. Y'all got any questions for me? Just don't put too much nutmeg. I know. I hate when people put a whole lot of nutmeg in them. I might come on and show y'all my sweet potato pie. I'll see. I don't want no jokes. I'm sensitive. Jennifer, do you make sweet potato pie? You know how to make sweet potato pie? We don't bake a lot. My wife and I, we cook. But we don't do a lot of baking. Normally around the holidays, we order. We have this one lady. She has been making a German chocolate cake for us every Thanksgiving for probably like 15 years. She makes the best. When we got it the first time I saw it, it was the ugliest German chocolate cake I've ever seen. It looked dry. But man, when you cut into that thing, when I tell you that cake is good, it is real good. And so we normally buy a lot of our desserts. We don't bake a lot, but my oldest daughter, she's making a banana pudding. We're getting German chocolate cake from the lady that we buy it from. We're getting a carrot cake from her. And my neighbor is making a sweet potato pound cake that's off the chain. Nope. Don't even eat candy yams. I'm just well, how you number the nutmeg and stuff? Because that's true, you put too much nutmeg in, but you don't even like candy yams or sweet potato pie. What my seafood lovers at? Who loves seafood? Your mom. Oh, okay. What my seafood lovers at? Who loves seafood? I eat seafood like 3 or 4 times a week. Although I didn't go much last week because I was so busy. There's a place I go to called Oceans Seafood, and I get crab legs and shrimp from there. Love it. I go so often that they know me. They know what I want when I walk in the door. I get the exact same thing every time. One of my homeboys, his family, they're doing a seafood Thanksgiving. All seafood. These little Q&A stickers are funny. Oh, there's condition. Okay. Y'all got no questions, no comments? Y'all quiet today. Jennifer, she at work until Thursday. Who else on here? Live Layla. Are you on vacation? Are you at work too? I'm gonna check in with y'all later on today when I start cooking, peeling my potatoes and all that good stuff. We got family checking in already and want to know what time dinner's gonna be served. So normally we do around 3 o'clock. What's the I don't have no topic. Yeah, give me a question. Help me out. Balls try. Balls try. Have you tried? What is that? Munganging? I don't know what that is. Let's go to Google. I'm pretty sure this is not what you're talking about. What's the type of, have you tried? I don't know what that is. Have you ever gone? I need you to define that because what the dictionary is giving me, I'm sure this is not what you mean. An active verb meaning to fail or otherwise fall victim to accident resulting in bodily injury. I did not, balls, I did not play any sports in high school. I am 6'1", 257 pounds, been big all my life, and people automatically think I played football. I did not. I played drums in the marching band. I was a musician in school. I played drums in the marching band, and I played the organ and drums for my church. I don't even watch sports. It's crazy. That whole sport thing just passed by me. My wife loves football. She's a Dallas Cowboy fan, in which I do know the Cowboys beat the Eagles this week. I didn't see your definition, Henry. I looked it up, and it says something about falling prey to bodily injury. So if that's the question, no, I haven't been injured on Thanksgiving. So no, I don't read music. I play by ear. My godmother, when I was about maybe 10 years old, she was a church piano player or organist. And so when I was about 10, she would bring another keyboard and sit me beside her. And doing service, she started out just showing me the bass lines to songs. And so I would play, the bass line to songs. And then she started showing me how to chord, how to play chords to the songs. And so I learned to play by ear by her doing that. So I played for a church from the age of 13 until I was about maybe 21. And at 21, I started pastoring the church. So I stopped playing. I play every now and then. Now, I try to get my daughter to take lessons. Well, my oldest daughter, she did take lessons for a while, just because I asked her to. She wasn't interested. So she gave up. And my youngest daughter, I asked her if she wanted to take lessons, and she just flat out said no. She didn't even try to appease me. She just said no. So they don't have any interest. Yeah, yep, I pastor now. I pastor. I started pastoring in church. I started pastoring in 2000. I got a license in 2000. Matter of fact, I started pastoring a church in 2000. New Hope Baptist Church in Sussex County. I pastored there for right at 8 years. I left there and went to a church in Richmond, Mount Olive. Only stayed there 17 months, long story. And I started a church, Emmanuel Worship Center, and we will celebrate 15 years this coming March. We actually had a meeting last night to put together our 15th church anniversary. Yep, I'm still pastoring. I plan to continue pastoring until I'm 65. Once I'm 65, I hope to retire, and hopefully there will be someone in place that can pick up where I left off. So I've been pastoring for 25 years. I've been preaching for 26 years. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I pastor the church and I work a full-time job, pastor a church. I own my own mortgage company and I do mortgages. Excuse me, not mortgage. I own my own real estate company and I do mortgages. So I stay busy. But thanks. I appreciate that. Man, not just saving souls is a serious business. That's the true statement. But also, pastoring is not easy. And to be honest with you, I love preaching. I enjoy putting together a sermon. I enjoy reading it. As my professor at seminary would say, I enjoy taking it off of the streets of Jerusalem and putting it on the streets of today. That part I love. The pastoring, the dealing with the people can be difficult sometimes because when you are the main cook, I like to say, you're the cook for everybody. And you're not just dealing with their spirituality, you're also dealing with their individual isms that they bring because of past situations, past life circumstances, whatever. And so you're also dealing with all of that. And so when people think about pastoring, they don't think about the preaching part. They often don't think about having to deal with the finances of the church, the different programs of the church, dealing with staffing, all these things that play a part. So, yeah, mentoring people. I've been blessed over the last few years too. I've actually been able to hire an assistant pastor, and she's been amazing. She's been a big help. It's not an easy job. You have a particular version of the Bible prefer. I do not. I'm gonna be honest with you. What I do is most of the time I am reading because I'm familiar with the King James Version and how it's written in the vernacular. Oftentimes, I would start there, and then to make it relevant, I will use the NIV. So if I'm preaching a text, sometimes I'll read it from the King James and the NIV for clarification for myself and for others. But I really don't have one that I prefer. And now it's so easy. When I was in seminary years ago, I graduated from Virginia Union in 2007. When I was in seminary, we had all these different books. I have a library at home full of books, and most of them I haven't read but a couple of chapters out of them for an assignment. Now everything is so easy with technology that you can have 4 or 5 different Bibles lined up beside each other and just read them all 4 at the same time to get your interpretation or get your, revelation from the text. So I don't have any particular one that I prefer. I still do like prefer a paper Bible. I like to sit down at the table with the Bible in my hand. 1961 is my favorite. Now you can use blue letter Bible. Yeah, you're right. Although I don't own one of those, the Blue Letter Bible, but I've seen them. I'm just like I'm old school. I like to sit down with my Bible and paper and kind of outlined and put everything together. It feels different. You don't have to do that now, but oftentimes like I'm in the office on Fridays and there's nobody here, me and probably one or two other people on Fridays. And that's when I start thinking about, what I preach Sunday. And I start making little notes and things like that. And between Friday and Saturday, I started putting some meat on the bone for Sunday. Just think about if you had to do that every week. Just think about if you had to prepare something to tell people every week. It was a lot. It's an app. Blue Letter Bible, I feel like we can't even, it's not watered down. The Blue Letter Bible. I'm gonna look that up. Blue Letter Bible. Thank you for sharing that. Blue Letter. I'm gonna look at that up. I appreciate that. Might make my life a little easier. What church do you go to? What church do you go to? That is a big responsibility. Jennifer, you had, yep. The biggest thing about, like I said, I enjoy preaching. And preaching is the easy part of it. It's the other pieces of it that can be challenging. And when you've been doing it for so long, like I said, 26 years is a long time. I'm 48, so I've been preaching over half of my life. So it is a big responsibility. The biggest thing is just learning how to deal with people. Everybody has something that they're dealing with. Everybody. Yep, I do counseling. I do counseling in the, how can I say this? I do counseling in the area or to the level that I'm comfortable. I do the initial meeting, and if I feel it's something that I can assist with, I will do that. If it's beyond my skill set, I refer them out to professionals. Because one thing you don't want to do, a lot of pastors and preachers make the mistake of thinking that because they are a pastor or a preacher, they can handle all situations. And oftentimes you're not skilled unless you are certified, licensed in certain areas to deal with that. And I don't take that lightly, because you can really get into deep waters that you're not qualified to navigate. And so, like marriage counseling, I do that. Sometimes some family issue stuff, I will help sit down and talk. But if it gets too serious, I refer them out to a professional. It gives you several options. I'm a Baptist. Believe and follow. Okay. I was raised in a Pentecostal church as a kid, and transitioned to a Baptist church because I was given the opportunity to learn music in the Baptist church, and I was licensed and ordained as a Baptist preacher. My church is non-denominational, and the reason why I decided to do a non-denominational church, because with so many defined religions, there becomes expectations. There's expectation for what a Baptist church looks like. There's expectation for a Pentecostal church, Protestant, all this, whatever. And I believe in the holistic view of religion, that it goes beyond just religion, but relationship. Oftentimes we get caught in religious practices and we move forward because of religious practices, but we never truly gain a relationship with God. And there's a complete difference. You have people who do things religiously, but when you have a relationship, it's completely different. So that's why I did non-denominational. Do pastors ever feel like they are professional Christians, not just believers themselves? I know where you're going with this. you're going, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm trying to figure out how to answer this. I think that there comes a time in some preachers or pastors' lives that because of life and the things they deal with, they become or they get put into this mode of being a professional Christian. And what I mean by that is that pastoring is just like your job. The job that you've been on for 10, 15 years, sometimes you get to the point where you just do it because this is what you do. You don't find the joy or the pleasure that you once found in it. And so you go through the motions. So I do think there are some times in our lives that we move and operate as a professional Christian because we know church. We know church, we know Bible, we know polity, and we're able to operate in those spaces. Not that we are not a believer, but oftentimes pastors need to take a step back and take care of themselves. Because when we don't, we begin to operate mechanically and not out of full dedication and zeal for the calling that God has placed on our life. So while, because we have lives like everyone else, we go through the same stuff, but the problem or the opportunity for us is that we often don't have anywhere to go to talk about the things that we're going through. So we carry that. And because we carry that, it impacts our, how can I say this? It impacts how we function, how we move through our life, throughout the church. I know that there's been times in my life where I was spiritually, emotionally just drained and just needed time to just woosah. And so could I get up in the morning and preach on Sunday? Yes. I have had life experiences where I got up and preached hope and I was hopeless. You know, I remember years ago in my mid to late 20s, you know, I went through a divorce and I thought that was the worst thing in the world. And financially I was strapped, but I kept pressing. And I would get up on Sunday and preach, and the folk be happy, and I get in the car and be miserable all the way home because I didn't know what was going on with my own life. So we have the ability, just like you go to work when you don't feel like working. There's many pastors who get up Sunday morning and they go because they have to, and they pour even more of themselves out on Sunday. And the question is, who's pouring into them? Just imagine, if you have these people depending on you. You have these people depending on you every Sunday to bring a word. They don't know what you've been through all week. Not only do they not know, most of them don't even care. They want you to just come Sunday and preach. That's a heavy burden to carry. Absolutely. Yeah, you got to take care of yourself. And that's why I'm intentional. Seems like a business too. Seems it can be like a church is a business. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your handle, but I just don't want to call you balls. But 8978. A church is a business. Just think about it. Everything in a church has to be paid for. It's a business. There's a business part and a spiritual part. If there is no revenue, there's no mortgage being paid. There's no lights being paid. There's no water. There's no musicians. There's no staff to clean the church. There are no programs for the youth. So it is a business. And so every month we have to sit down and look at, hey, what we brought in, what was spent or used, and it's like anything else. And it kills me when people say, "Oh, you're giving all your money to the church," and everything costs. Everything costs. Even in the Bible, when the people came into the temple, they didn't come empty-handed. No, they may not have had cash money, but they came with an offering that was given to the temple and used in some way, shape, or form for the temple to keep moving. I work full time, and people, there are some pastors who pastor full time and they make their living. The church supports or pays them a salary because it's their responsibility to move the church forward. It's a business. People talk about, everything used has a business aspect to it. It's a business. So, there it has to be a business aspect to it in order for it to survive. But you have God to go to always. Yeah, 897, that's true. We have God to go to always, but sometimes you just need, and I have friends now that I can go to and sometimes you just need to sit down and just talk to somebody. We can always go to God, but I'm grateful that God has put people in my life that I can go to as well. I was part of a first family. You're absolutely right. There are so many expectations, and I try not to do that to my family. I have no expectations on my girls. James, all right, cool. Um, um, I don't put expectations on them because sometimes the pastor's family, especially his children, people want to live vicariously through the pastor and his family. Um, they want you to live in ways that they can't even live. They want your children to be better than theirs. Your children can act up, but theirs can be a complete fool. Yeah. So the expectations can be much, and they expect you to be on form. Oh, man, tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. Let me tell you something. The choir can sing the same songs 3 Sundays in a row, but the pastor got to preach a new sermon every Sunday. Yeah. And I have a good church. I have a very good church. We started Emmanuel going on 14 years ago, and I have a very good core group of people who are dedicated to seeing the church move forward. I have no complaints. Um, Throughout the 15 years I've been at Emmanuel, I've had other churches, want me to come and candidate to pastor. Not interested. Much larger churches that are, much in a better financial situation than we are. But I'm not interested in doing that. I'm satisfied where I am. And unless God says otherwise, I'll be there until 65. Thank you for the questions, James. I really appreciate it. Look at the budget. What you mean by look at the budget? And the crazy thing about it, for my professional career, that's what I do. I manage budgeting. I mean, upwards of $100+ million for a utility company, and this is what I do. So I'm pretty good at numbers and moving things around to make sure stuff happens. But James, I appreciate you, sir. James, where are you located at? Are you in Virginia? Are you close to Virginia, James? I appreciate your interaction today. Parishioners, the majority of the church donations. I mean, you have to look at the budget. Oh yeah, you're right. Florida. I have a friend who moved to Florida a few years. I think Anthony's been down there. I'm not sure what part. I think he's close to Orlando. Anthony Nutt is his name. Pastor Anthony Nutt. He's in Florida. Very good guy. Um, I'm not sure the name of his church. I'll have to find out. But if he's a good guy to connect with if you're looking for a church or want to visit a church. Parishioners, tithing. You got that right. Tithes and offering, and we don't do a lot of fundraising activities like dinners and stuff like that. My church has been good with, if there's a need, we discuss it. Like like last year, I believe, we needed to replace the roof, and it was like $9,000 to do it. And we met with the contractor. They gave us a quote. I put it out there, what we needed. The people gave. We got it done. Yep, I have a great church. Great church. But hey, I'm gonna jump off here and go downstairs and get me some lunch, and wait around till 1:05 and get out of here. Go get my mom, get her nails done, and head home and start cooking. I appreciate the conversation. You guys have a great day. All right, be intentional. Don't allow distractions to come your way. You too, bro. That's Jennifer. You too, Jennifer. Have a phenomenal day. That's good. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, James. I appreciate you. And like I said, I'm new to this YouTube thing, so y'all can share. Hopefully we can connect with some more people and have some meaningful conversations. This is what it's all about. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you. All right. Y'all have a good one. Take care.